Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode, and per usual, I've got some stuff to show you. We got a different angle on the room today. Not doing the standard one. I don't know, should change it up every now and again. That would probably be cool. Alright, so I've got just a smattering of items here, and I don't even know where to begin, but we're going to start with some Ultra Reds. We always like getting Ultra Reds in the mail. Starting with this one. This is a Toyota Supra Ultra Red. And this is a bit of a, I don't know, might be a rare variation. Not entirely sure. I'm sure it was a factory kind of like mess up or miscommunication or something. This is supposed to have red rims. And in this one, it does not. It has the chrome rims. It's not technically like an error, though, because there are a bunch of this different version out there. This is an interesting release. This is 2022 release 2, and there's two different, excuse me, there's two different cars, the Corvette and this one, that have an Ultra Red variation. So that's kind of exciting as a collector. Kind of annoying as a collector, too, because now I got to pick up two Ultra Reds, you know, well, at least those two cars, which is just extra stuff I gotta find, but pretty cool. I think I'm missing, let's see what I'm missing. I'm missing the variation of the Corvette, so I need the Corvette on the B card. You can't even see that back there, but there you go. I got the Corvette there. That's the red. This is the red for the Supra, so we got the variation of that. And then I need the Ultra Red of the Shelby, the Mustang. So, and then that set will be complete and I'll be able to do a full set video. So I got this from Kip, and he actually wrote me a little note with it. He said, Dave, this was my first Ultra Red that I've ever found. I know this has found a good home in your collection. Enjoy and take care, Kip Miller. He likes Cougars and stuff, some other stuff, so I traded him an Ultra Red for this. But still very, very happy that he was able to help me out, because I was kind of nervous about trying to get this one. So very, very cool. Another person that helped me out was James Eunice. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. James Eunice 3. So here he is on Instagram if you want to follow him. If you can read my chicken scratch there. Does that show up reverse for you? I don't know. Whatever. It's at James Eunice 3. I'll post something to Instagram as well, shouting out to him. But he gave me a real sweetheart deal of a trade, and hooked me up with this guy, which is the Lincoln Continental Ultra Red. And yeah, pretty cool. So this one completes a set for me. It belongs way up here, and it is the last one for 2021 release 4. So the last Ultra Red I needed for that. And then I'm looking at my thing of Ultra Reds here, and you can see there's like a big gap right here. What release is that? Oh, I didn't prepare. I think it's 2022 release 2, maybe. Anywho, I don't know what happened with that release, but I only have one Ultra Red from it. It's making me a bit nervous. Why do I only have one of those? Why are those difficult to find? What's happened there? So I'm gonna have to look into that. But usually I don't have a problem. People kind of come to me as they find them. Maybe that release didn't show up in my stores very much. That's very possible. All right, moving on from Auto World. Well, not really. Moving on from Auto World, I've got two other items from Auto World. Now, these I ordered from Diecast. We've got the Mio exclusive lowriders, limited to 3,600 pieces. This comes with a little lowrider dude, or a lowrider enthusiast. Very cool. So we're going to check that out. It is the 62 Chevy Impala. Mio does do some pretty cool exclusives, and I would consider this one of them. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of different. I like that it comes with a collector box. Cool that it comes with a little character, and that's just neat. All right, and then I got this also from his website. This is the Rat Fink Diecast Super Convention. This is a House of Cars exclusive. You guys, if you watch my channel, you already know what I'm going to say. I'm kind of sick of the Rat Fink square body stuff, because there's quite a bit of it out there, and it's not really my bag. But you know, the Auto World completionist in me requires I purchase this. Okay, it's like the only thing, guys, that I really feel like I have to have all of. I kind of preach don't buy all of stuff all the time, but with Auto World, it's one of those things. I need to have one of everything minimum, and then I'd like to get the chases too. It would be the chases for the hobby stuff, though. I've come to the realization that trying to acquire every single one of them is going to be tough. But if I can kind of chip them off, as things go, as time goes by, I'll be happy picking as many off as I can. It's just like the Raws. Like, I'm never going to get all the Raws, right? So I'm never going to have a complete collection, but I could do the best I can to get the most complete collection possible without losing the house that I live in. Okay? All right. So, speaking of Miho, we got a Mio Mini GT, and I am actually really stoked to get this in my collection. This is the Lincoln Capri in black. And I was just really, really excited to get one of this casting in the collection. And I think it's going to be very cool to look at. Hearing Glenn, Mini GT director or whatever, owner? I'm not sure. Anyway, hearing him talk about this car in the casting and how they made changes at the factory for even like the paint thickness to make it look thicker, the casting to be heavier. I mean, I love Mini GT, guys. I do. I think they are fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. They may not be as detailed as some super premium brands, but to me, that doesn't matter. The things roll, they look beautiful, they photograph phenomenally, and they make really, really cool cars, and they have pretty darn good quality control in my experience. So I enjoy them quite a bit. That's my love letter to Mini GT, and I'm stoked to open up this guy. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to check out a new brand that I have not checked out yet. It's always fun to check out a new brand, and today I picked out 2 of these. There was a series of these cars that came out. There might have been like 8 total of them. I snagged 2. I got the Lamborghini Cyan. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, the vodka car. So we got this guy in white. And I've always said Koenigsegg's are ugly supercars, but maybe that's because I just am used to seeing the Hot Wheels versions of them. And maybe they don't get it right. I don't know, but this thing actually does look pretty darn cool. And then the Lambo. This is like totally alien spaceship Lamborghini. So these are poster cars. I don't know much about them. From what I heard, I thought, so Kintoy. I think so. You guys, if you see those like larger scale cars at like a Walgreens or something, or pretty much everywhere actually. Walgreens, I think Target even has some of them now. The KinSmart pullback cars. I think the company that makes those is the same company that's making these. And for them, it's probably a good step because I look at those cars sometimes, those pullbacks, and I gotta admit, I'm like tempted to buy them sometimes. Like, they do a decent job. They're not expensive. And these aren't that expensive either. So I had to pick up a couple of those, grab those, and I'm excited to check those out. Then we got one Johnny Lightning, pulled this one off the pegs. Monopoly. I got it because it's the van. Okay, I didn't get it because of Monopoly, because I'm a huge Monopoly fan, but it is cute. It comes with the Monopoly van, and that's kind of neat. Get into playing Monopoly to have your little custom piece. That's kind of cool. So I picked that up, and then we've got some Matchbox moving parts. Pagani Huayra Roadster. I swear I already have this one, and I very well may already have it. I don't really know, but we're going to open it up anyway. I know I opened the red one up recently, and it feels like these came out like almost back to back. In fact, I think I have the red one right here. Yeah. I don't know. I can't keep up with the stuff, so it is what it is. We got a Nissan Leaf in orange. It's kind of cute. And then we got the Chevy Suburban in burgundy-ish. Kind of a cool color. It's actually the exact same paint color, I think, as that Volkswagen Golf that came out. What's up with that? Just got to, you mix up some paint, you better use it. All right. Then, lastly, we just got some Hot Wheels. I only found 1 out of this set of 3. Of course, it's the Mini GTs that were left over. And this is the guy right here. And yeah, I just got distracted by my son here for a second. All right, so Ford GT Race, we got the McLaren Senna, McLaren 720S. I wish I would have found that one. I haven't found it yet. I'm sure I will, though. And then the I think the hot one is the Snake and Mongoose set. But we do got the Ford GTs, and those are pretty cool. Got those. And then lastly, we just got some main lines. Liberty Walk Super Silhouette, 20 Toyota Tacoma, and some of these are older, older last year. This is K-Case last year, but it was new for 2022. I haven't opened it yet. And then we got a Volvo, and then another Super Silhouette Nissan. So the Super Silhouette Nissan, this is from last year, L case. And then this Volvo is from last year, H case. I just grabbed some random ones. And then this one's a current one. This is B case of this year. All right, so that's it for this half of the video. Let's go ahead. You did a good job, though, being quiet. You did a pretty good job. Yeah, but you left the room. You made noise with the door, but, you know. All right, so we're going to finish this video, and then we're going to play some Minecraft. All right. Keep her tuned. All right, so let's start with Auto World Diecast True 164. You know, my favorite brand to collect. So, again, very, very happy to get these reds. I really do appreciate both Kip and my buddy James for helping me out with these. I really do appreciate it. So it's just fantastic. I get a lot of help. Admittedly, I get a ton of help with Ultra Reds. I never find them in the wild. Frankly, it's because I just don't get the opportunity to hunt anymore. I mean, well, that's part of it. And the other thing is, you guys know, Ultra Reds aren't exactly easy to find in the wild. So all the help I can get is very, very appreciated. We're not going to open up this one because this is the final release that I needed for this particular set. Again, this is 2021 release 4. So I'm not opening that up today. I have 3 full series Auto World videos now that I need to do. I'm behind. I will get to those. I know not a ton of people tend to watch those videos, but for me, it's very important to do them for the sake of documentation of these sets. So for me, I like doing them, and I really enjoy doing them, so I can't wait to do them. All right, there's that. Or apparently I can wait to do them because I've been slacking. All right, and then this. So I am just in a little bit of an internal battle here. Do I open this? It's not an error, right? It's a variation, so I should probably open it to show it as a complete set. But here's the standard issue one, or the one that was meant to be, I should say. I guess technically, I don't know which one is more rare or limited. I got a feeling it is this one, and I pretty much know I've seen less of these. I think I've seen less of these. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or what, but like I feel like if I take this off the card, technically this could easily be faked. By taking the silver Supra wheels from the regular release, putting on red tires, and of course making this essentially. But I'm going to check the dates out here. And see, that's the thing. They both have the same production date code on them. 4/13/2022 A1. So I don't know what happened there. I'm guessing these were, I don't see, and that's the other thing. I don't know when they print these dates on here. Do they print the date that they go into production? It's probably that, or is it the day that they're actually produced? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if maybe this got caught halfway through and they're just like, screw it. We're going to, just do it the correct way, or vice versa. I just don't know. But I feel like, I guess, to give this justice, I'm going to have to open it up, but at least it's documented here, which doesn't really matter. It's not like this is my collection of Auto Worlds going to be sold like ever in the near future or anything like that, or I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. It's my pride and joy of my collecting is how complete my Auto World collection is. So it's not like it's going anywhere, but it just, well, it's opened already. I guess we can stop talking about it, right? But yeah, so the only difference is, it's weird too, the paint on this is super thick on both of them. It's like a darker ultra red. But yeah, the only difference is the wheel. That's it. That's the only difference, is the wheels. Other than that, it's the same date, same everything else. So that's your variation for that. We've got it open. It's open. It's part of the collection. When I eventually get the other two that I'm missing from that particular set, of course, we'll do a full series video. And we'll check it out, the full series, and then I can, you know, verbally explain what's going on there. Because the other thing, I don't know if they're all, I haven't looked close enough to know if they're all the chrome wheel variations are being found on the version A card. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the red wheel variations on both version A and version B cards. So I don't think that's the case. With the Corvette, it is the case. The variation with the Vet depends on what card it is what variation you're going to get. And I'll hopefully be able to explain that to you in a future video when I complete that set. All right, so that's that for you. Let's just stick with Auto World. Let's get this one out of the way. The coolest thing about this is Nuclear Mind's design. Okay, that's the only thing I'm like, yeah, that's cool, because they do some great like card art and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. So I like their card art. I like the designs they do. I like their style. I follow them on Instagram, I think, as well. So that's the coolest thing about this. Well, actually, the coolest thing about it is an Auto World. And then after that, whatever, Nuclear Mind's design. I don't really care so much about the Ed Roth Ratfink stuff. Like just Ratfink logos all over the car, the convention logo on the top. Again, it's not really my thing, but for the sake of completionism, we have this pink guy. And I think the Ultra Red, I want to say it's just like, oh, it might be Ultra Red, just be red wheels or something. I'm not sure. Red tires, I think maybe. But when were these produced? August 17th, 2022. Wow. We're like 4 months away from that being a year ago, almost. That's crazy. And these are just coming out now, basically, for this convention. So there you go. There's that. DPNM. I think that's, I forget who that stands for, but I think they like paid to have their name on the license plate. So there's that. All right. Next, let's take a look at the Miho M&J Toys Mio exclusive lowrider 1962 Chevrolet Impala with a lowrider enthusiast figure. Pretty nifty. I don't know who makes the figures, if that's that American Diorama, maybe. I don't think it says on here anything. It just has Auto World. But pretty nifty indeed. We're going to go ahead and cut this package open. Oh. Not that I want it to happen, but one of these days, I'm going to cut myself on film on accident, trying to open up one of these cars. Okay, let's check this out. Box. I love the boxes. I miss the boxes in the regular releases. I really do. Limited to 3,600 pieces. It's an odd production run number. You don't really see like any other hobby exclusives doing 3,600. They mostly do that, what is it, 2496 or whatever. So you don't see 3,600 too often, but Mio typically does 3,600. And then we got the car, but let's check out the little dude in here, the enthusiast. Man, is he metal? He almost feels like he's metal. He might be. This thing might actually be metal. I think it actually might be. Well, he might show up in some photographs on Instagram, maybe. He almost looks like he's frustrated with something. But, or maybe he's just blocking the sun when he's taking a peek. Portly fellow. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. This thing's got some decent detail for how tiny it is. And yeah, I like that little guy. And then we got the lowrider itself. Very cool lowrider paint scheme. That is like the highlight of the lowrider stuff for me, is the kind of like the design of the paint, the designs on the paint, looking very elaborate. This Impala casting is a favorite for the lowrider stuff. And this one, 10/19/2022. So a little bit faster to get here and be released than the Ratfink thing. I get the Ratfink thing. I mean, this was specifically made for a convention, right? So it is what it is. Go low. This looks pretty good. The design is cool. This will be another one that the Ultra Red will be kind of hard to get. I'm still working on the original releases for Mio exclusives. There's some Ultra Reds I'm still missing for that set to try to complete it. And admittedly, I haven't really been trying all that hard to get them. But I might have to turn that up and try to get them, and then maybe try to get this one. Pretty neat. I don't know. I don't remember what the Ultra Red looks like. Is this guy Ultra Red? That'd be hilarious if he was. If he was wearing like an Ultra Red shirt. If you didn't do that, you should have. That would have been fun. I'm going to set him in the back of this truck for now. He is metal, though. I'm pretty darn sure he's metal. And I don't mean metal as in he enjoys heavy music. All right, so there you go. Lowrider. Pretty cool auto rope piece. Oh, God. And I am out of room, by the way, again, for displaying auto roll. Like they're gonna eat another brand in my car room. It's just gonna end up happening because I don't know what else to do. All right, so what should we look at next? I'm really excited for this Mini GT. I'm also very excited for this. And then we got like kind of your standard fare stuff. We got a Johnny Lightning. We got Matchbox and some Hot Wheels that we'll end the video with. So not a ton of content today, really, but still some really cool stuff. And let's do the Mini GT first, and then we'll get into that new brand of diecast. And by the way, this new brand of diecast is legitimately licensed. It appears, all that stuff. I mean, we'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, there's that. Lincoln Capri in black. This looks beautiful. I don't know a person that has purchased this car that has not been happy with it. Has not thought it was very cool. This is the Mio packaging of it. I don't know if there's an international version of it with just the box. I haven't seen it, but I don't think it's a US exclusive. So 3,600 pieces, MJ. But this thing is just eye-catching, and it's cool. I mean, Mini GT, some will say, you know, Mini GT maybe struggles to find a voice because they're kind of all over the place with what they're making. But to me, I don't care. I like that there's like an extreme variety of cars. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. As I tout the quality, I believe we have a hood ornament that has come off. And we may have gotten lucky because that might be reattachable. Oh, yeah, I think we're fine. Whew. I mean, obviously that's not supposed to happen, but it is salvageable. It looks like it just kind of popped out. It's not broken necessarily. Okay, there you go. It's in. So I will be able to fix that, and I'm still happy with the purchase, okay? Even though I hate having to glue stuff back on. This is completely, at least this is completely salvageable. But, yeah, of course that shouldn't happen. All right. Back to the actual car itself. It does have quite a bit of weight to it. It does feel very heavy. We got white wall tires, which are something that diecast manufacturers tend to struggle with getting to look good. And actually like circles, which they did a decent job. It is not perfect, but it is pretty darn good. So possibly the best I've seen. But still not perfect, and that's okay. But it's, or maybe that's not okay. I don't know. But There you go. I'm just distracted right now because that thing fell off and I'm worried about it falling off again. A little dab of adhesive will go in there and we will be whole again, and I will have to do that immediately after this video or I will forget to do it, and then this piece will be lost forever. So it's crooked right now because I don't have it. Oop, there it goes. To be safe, I'm just going to set this somewhere else for now. But I will fix that promptly after filming this video. Very, very cool. I'm trying not to touch it too much because I don't want my greasy fingerprints all over this black car, because that's going to show up very much easy. I'm going to do something cool with this. I think I'm going to take some pictures of it, obviously, and then I may try to like fake lighting up the headlights and stuff and maybe kind of make it more of a scene. We'll see. That's kind of what I kind of plan for it. It's darn cool, though. And I like that Mini GT is doing a variety of items. They do a lot of supercars. That's a lot of what they do. They do a lot of supercars. They do a lot of sports cars. It's kind of cool to see them do something like this. I am super stoked to see them do Formula One cars, old classic Formula One cars. I am like, yeah, that is going to be, when those start coming out, I might struggle not to get multiples. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to have to glue that back on. That's the only little disappointing piece, but at least I caught it before like losing it on the floor somewhere. So that's the silver lining there. All right. Poster cars. That always happens too. I'll say something about a brand being that it's perfect and like these are awesome and blah, 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 blah. And then like we'll open up one that will contradict what I'm saying like right after I say something about it. It happens. All right. Poster cars. So I'm interested in these for obvious reasons. One is the price is pretty affordable. Two is they look to be highly detailed. Three is they are supercars, hypercars, and that's stuff that I like. So after getting these two, this may prompt me to get a couple more. So these are like cheaper than Mini GT, actually. And I'm very interested to check them out. So they come in an acrylic case, which I love because like it's easy to display, all that jazz. Go ahead and unscrew it from the base. One screw holds these to the base. Another thing I'm a fan of. Way better than when there's two screws holding a car to the base. The printing and stuff on the base of the car, pretty basic, but pretty classy. Looks pretty decent. This is a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute Crystal White. So it's kind of making me want a martini. Yeah, let's take a peek. So the mirrors are a hard plastic. They're not a rubber like the Mini GT stuff, which is good and bad. It's good because it maintains its shape. It's rigid. It's bad because they're going to be very easy to break off. So in the back, we do not have an inserted detail for that taillight. It is a painted detail, which is something I don't think we'd see from other like higher end detailed diecast brands, but they do have an inserted headlight, and that looks good. The paint looks very nice and smooth. I don't see any orange peel in it or anything like that. It is a pearlescent white. So there, that looks good. The base is plastic. It is screwed to the body, and it rolls pretty good. Pretty good. And then we also have brake rotors and calipers that are visible through the front rim because the back one hides them. And it appears the interior of it, which you're not going to really be able to get a good look at here, is quite detailed as well. It is not just a black interior. It is actually brown. There's a black steering wheel. So there's two different colors going on in there. Actually, three. I can see some chrome in there. I can also see some detailing underneath the like engine compartment cover thing. There's looks like bracing in the back, part of the suspension system. So Yeah. Tires are rubber. It's going to be interesting to see what this brand does. So they started with a hypercar collection. So they're all hypercars. You got some Bugattis and stuff like that. I didn't pick up any of the other ones. I just grabbed these two. And I gotta tell you, I'm kind of tempted to pick up the rest of the set. Very tempted, actually. They didn't look that good in pictures that I've seen of people just posting a picture of the set. They looked kind of cheapish. But getting them in person for the price that they are, I can't say I don't recommend them based on this car so far. Let's check out the Lamborghini Cyan. And I went back and forth on this one because I was like, should I get the blue one or the green one? The green one's kind of the signature color for this car. But they do have like a blue one too. And the blue one looked really cool. But I ended up getting just the green one. I'm probably going to go back and buy the blue one too. Because I got problems. So, this is number 7 in the series, Lamborghini Cyan, in Verde Gia. Green. It's a green alien-looking thing. Go ahead and take the one screw out of the bottom. We don't need to go over all these details again. Let's go ahead and pull that out. And set it to the side over here. Again, acrylic case is pretty nice. This one's actually cracked in the corner, though. Or, I don't know if that's actually cracked. I don't know, it's like weird. It's twisted. Some defect, actually, in manufacturing. Whatever, big deal. And then, the car itself. Man, it looks really good. I mean... So this one's not going to have any inserted details at all because it's got to be expensive probably to make some sort of inserted detail to make those actually like a clear red light. They're so tiny actually. They look bigger here in the camera, but they are very, very small. Very small. We got the rubber tires. The wheels, the rims look a little weird. And I don't know if the real car maybe has this sort of feature, but I think it's just the red. So the red brake caliper that is kind of like peeking through this kind of like silver with bronze. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a lot of like color going on here with these rims. It's not just a solid like bronze color. It's kind of weird. Very nicely detailed though, I must say. These like little plastic bits with like the hole right there. These are sick, actually. I like them a lot more than I thought I was going to. And this thing, it rolls. I am interested to see what happens with this brand. I know a bunch of like US hobby dealers got these. I gotta say I'm like tempted to get the whole set after looking at these. Especially at the risk that this brand could be almost fly by night and they'll be gone. Like, depending on the success of this set, who knows? They may not ever make another one. We may never see another one. I don't know the story, okay? If somehow you're watching this video, anybody from Poster Cars or KinSmart or whatever it is, reach out to me and let me know what's going on with you guys. What you guys are planning to do. Because I am interested, to say the least. All right, Matchbox. Moving parts. Man, I really like those poster cars. Suburban in red. I hate to say it, but these are almost an afterthought right now. These moving parts Matchbox. They're cool. I'm going to just open up all 3 of them, and then we're going to take a look. Nissan Leaf, and then this Pagani that I know I already got somewhere in this mess. I'm like talking about how I can't keep track of my cars, and I'm telling you I want to buy a whole set of those poster cars. It's like, yeah, you guys know. You know the feeling, I'm sure. Maybe I don't have this color. I don't know. Lots of detail in there, though. This is a really sick Matchbox. It really is. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of Matchbox. The basics are really, I think, the best dollar cars out there. To me, I get more excited to see like new Matchbox tooling sometimes than Hot Wheels. These moving parts are pretty neat. I could kind of take them or leave them because I'm not really into the fact that they have moving parts. I just like that it's causing them to develop new castings, and that's kind of why I dig them. But yeah, I could go without the doors and stuff like that. Sometimes it deters me from photographing them because these gaps just really, they're just massive. You know, when it comes to taking pictures of them or getting them to kind of look realish of a car, kind of take a product photography style photo of them. It's kind of, you'd have to do some Photoshop magic to kind of get the gaps narrowed and get it to look a little better. Or maybe you guys don't notice that sort of thing. I don't know, I would. But I think my favorite of the three is actually the Suburban. I like the color. The detail on it looks pretty cool, and yeah, all around, that's a good one. And then we just got a few more things left. We got the Johnny Lightning van. I'm blowing through this. It's Monopoly. You know, I love the guys at Round 2. Fantastic. I'm going to say, though, these like pop culture cars are the ones I probably collect the least. The ones that have like Trivial Pursuit, Monopoly, and stuff like that. To me, it's just not. It's not my bag. It's not the thing that I collect for, is to try to get these crossed collectibles where we have Monopoly and a van and a Johnny Lightning. So I love Johnny Lightning. I love vans. So I got 2 or 3 things that I'm into. But then Monopoly, having this all over the van, kind of throws me off a little bit. This thing's cool though. A little token. I think that's really neat. I mean, it's cool. It's an idea. It's kind of a neat thing, but it's not really something I get crazy excited about. And you can kind of tell, I don't know if those sell super well at Walmart. It's kind of funny when you go to Walmart and you see, these like pop culture stuff. You see like Trivial Pursuit, Monopoly, whatever else they have, right? And then you see that, and then you like see the M2 with all the soda advertisements and stuff. It's like, what's going on here with this section of Diecast? We've got just all these cars with product logos all over them. And, for some people, I'm sure that's very collectible. They like that stuff. They really are into it. For me, as you guys know, my style of collecting is more, edges more towards the more realistic cars, or stuff with like racing liveries, in general, stuff like that. And by realistic, I don't mean stuff that I'd realistically own. I just mean like good replicas of vehicles. A lot of times the vehicles that I would never be able to own. But here's a pair of Ford GTs for you. I believe the Castro one is basically a variation of one that we've already seen. And I think this is the new one. It's decent. I do like this casting. I think they did a decent job with what they could do. For Hot Wheels, this would be a very difficult car to replicate faithfully as a Hot Wheels. So I think that they did a very good job for what they had. Obviously I couldn't do any better. I have no idea. All right, so there's that. And then let's just blow through the main lines real quick. We got a Volvo. You guys have all seen this probably 100 times. Probably seen it hanging in your Walmart. These were easy to get. Volvo in green. Nice color green. And then we got the Toyota Tacoma. Pretty good. Wheels are a bit large. But who doesn't like a Toyota Tacoma? It's a nice truck. I would like to own a Tacoma, actually. That would be a nice truck to own. And I miss having a pickup truck. I used to have one. His name was Arthur. A blue Ford Ranger. 1991. I didn't have it when I was 1991. I would have been only like, quick dumb math, 9. Super Sylvia. So when I got it, he had 260 some odd thousand miles on it. Love that thing though. And I'd love to have a pickup truck again. All right, there's that. Super Silhouette, fan favorite casting. It is a nice one. And then lastly, the one in black, Liberty Walk. Like the John Player Special kind of thing going on here. With the black gold trim. And it looks pretty good as well. All right, and that's going to be it for this episode. But I'm going to say the highlight of this episode is definitely these poster cards. Well, aside from checking off Ultra Reds that are tough to get, like in particular this one, that is very, very awesome. But this was a really nice surprise to really enjoy these and think that they're a very well done car. I'm going to hopefully be able to take some pictures of these to kind of do this brand justice a bit and see what happens with them. I'm interested in it. I think these kind of remind me of Kyosho a little bit. They are, I think, a little bit cheaper produced just because you see like a painted taillight and stuff like that. Maybe that's not something Kyosho would have done. There's something about them that feels maybe a little bit cheaper than that, but I think for the price, they're good. I'm going to say that. They're good and definitely worth picking up. This car is great. Of course, the only disappointing piece is that it came with a piece detached. Sad day. But it's fixable, so we'll see. Is it forgivable? Well, it's a little tiny piece. I mean, what are you going to do? But thankfully we have it, and I'm going to be able to reattach it. All right. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys very much again for watching another lengthy Diecast weekly episode. Of course, I always appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much, and have a great day.